two girls had gone missing. Our contentions would be that because this boy had an extramarital affair with this girl.
What is your age?
I am Milled's aged about 22 years. काम ना करने की बात को लेकर डांटा था, इस कारण मेरी दोनों बेटियां मुझे बिना बताए कहीं चली गई थी। मुझे मेरी छोटी बेटी ने फोन लगाया और बताया कि हम ओडिशा में हैं। To just have the evidence of the IO, that is the man who went down to the house and found both girls in the house at that point in time. यह कहना सही है कि अभियोगित्री स्वस्थ और प्रसन्न अवस्था में उक्त मकान में मिली थी. That's first application for suspension. But the age of the prosecutrix, as per a finding of the trial court, is 14 years, 10 months, and 3 days. We do not dispute the age of the prosecutrix. We say it's a case of false implication. What had happened, Millets, in this matter is that two girls had gone missing. One girl was admittedly aged 19 years of age. She was married off. After her marriage, she comes back to her mother's house. It's come in the evidence that she had a love affair with the present applicant, this 19-year-old girl, prior to the marriage, which of course transgressed through the marriage and it took the form of an extramarital affair. Now, when she came back to her mother's house, she eloped with me and we went off from district Shedol to Odisha. And we ran away on the 9th of September 2021. At that point in time, this girl's younger sister, who the prosecution now claims is the prosecutrix in this matter, who's aged about 14 years, she also went along with us. Persons were located on the 23rd of September 2021 in Odisha, and after that they were brought. Now, our contentions will be, I'll take your lordship through the evidence. Our contentions would be that because this boy had an extramarital affair with this girl, she, right from the very outset, did not want to marry somebody else. She wanted to marry this boy. And of course, when she had her way, her family members wanted to wreak vengeance upon me, and ultimately they had me implicated in this matter. Now, if your lordships will just see the FIR in this matter, your lordships. That is Exhibit P8.
What is your age?
I am Milled's aged about 22 years. Your lordships will just note that the date on which the prosecutrix, now in this FIR, they don't say anything about this 19-year-old girl. That entire aspect is concealed by the prosecution right from the very outset. It was only in the 164 statements, which I'll be taking my lords into after this, that this 19-year-old's elopement also comes on record. But for the purposes of the FIR, your lordships would note date of incidence is 9/9/21.
Yes.
FIR has been lodged on the 13th of September 2021 with a delay of about 4 days. We say that this delay of 4 days is when this entire aspect was fortified by the prosecution, that we will conceal the aspect of the 19-year-old girl and we will fixate this entire case upon a 14-year-old girl.
Yes.
Now, your lordships will just see the FIR. I'll read out the contents. If your lordships could just have the FIR, there are names involved. All I wish to argue is that the 19-year-old girl, that version is completely concealed in the FIR. Exhibit D2 is the 164 statement of the mother.
Yes.
Now I'll just read out, Millet. मैं दिनांक 9/9/21 को अपने दोनों बेटियां, that is the names, को काम ना करने की बात को लेकर डांटा था, इस कारण मेरी दोनों बेटियां मुझे बिना बताए कहीं चली गई थी। तब मैंने अपने बेटियों को तलाश आसपास और मोहल्ले व रिश्तेदार में की थी। जब उनका कहीं पता नहीं चला तो मैंने दिनांक 13/9/21 को उनके गुमशुदा होने की रिपोर्ट थाना सच एंड सच में कराई थी। दिनांक 20/9/21 को मुझे मेरी छोटी बेटी ने फोन लगाया और बताया कि हम ओडिशा में हैं, जिसकी सूचना मेरे द्वारा थाना में दी गई थी। मैं पुलिस के साथ दिनांक 23/9/21 को पुलिस ओडिशा गई, जहां ओडिशा के संबलपुर क्षेत्र में एक कमरे में मुझे दोनों बेटियां मिली, जहां से हमने बेटियों तथा संदीप यादव को लेकर थाना सच एंड सच आए थे। यही मेरा कथन। Now, after the girls get located on the 23rd of September 2021, this 164 statement, which is recorded on the next day, brings forward the correct version that it was in fact this 19-year-old girl which had run away, and this girl was only party to the entire transaction, the 14-year-old girl. This is the 164 statement of the 19-year-old girl.
Yes.
May I read out Exhibit D4?
We have gone through.
So, Millets, she says that no such incident was ever committed. She was in a love affair. She went off with this boy. Now, Millets, I'll invite my lords' attention to the evidence of the investigating officer, the policeman.
What she said in the court, the prosecutrix.
The prosecutrix in the court has supported the version. She says that I committed an offense against her. And I'll be taking my lords into the medical evidence as well. But before that, if your lordships could just have the evidence of the IO, that is the man who went down to the house and found both girls in the house at that point in time. He says, ये कहना सही है कि अभियोगित्री की दस्तयाबी आरोपी संदीप यादव के आधिपत्य से नहीं हुई थी। I'll just skip over 2 lines and I'll be reading. यह कहना सही है कि अभियोगित्री स्वस्थ और प्रसन्न अवस्था में उक्त मकान में मिली थी। He refers to this 14-year-old girl.
Yes.
Now your lordships will just have the evidence of the doctor minutes who examined the prosecutrix soon after.
PW?
This is PW6, my lord.
Yes.
Whereas there were no injuries on her person, I'll invite your lordships directly to the external examination, Bahya Parikshan. Particularly to the Antarik Parikshan, where it says that the hymen jilli was intact.
Yes.
And in the internal examination, it was found that the hymen of the prosecutrix was intact. Thereafter, also, the doctor says that final opinion can only be given after the forensic examination. That was also conducted. Exhibit P26 is the FSL report in the matter. That is also, they say that there was no semen stains found on any of the biological samples taken from the person of the prosecutrix.
Yes.
Now, Millets, my argument before your lordships is that the prosecution, Millets, does not come with clean hands on the 13th of September 2021 before the investigating agency. They conceal this aspect that the 19-year-old girl had in fact eloped with this man.
Pausing here for a moment. Court convicted you solely on the basis of her court statement.
Solely on the basis of that. They've held that the girl is minor. In paragraph number 26, your lordships will see that the court has given a finding she is 14 years, 10 months and 3 days. But after that, based on her uncorroborated statement, as we would see, they've convicted me.
That's all.
That would be all. For suspension, I would limit my arguments to this extent.
PW1 इनके अगेंस्ट में बोला और एज बिलो 18 years.
But she eloped with her elder sister.
मैंने उसमें आया है कि उसके दोनों साथ में गए थे, बाद में अकेले पाके उसका गलत काम किया.
But elder sister said that I am not aware that anything's happened. Both were residing in the same house.
और नहीं, वो जब चली गई थी काम में से अकेले उसमें आया है, जजमेंट के पैरा 30 में आया है, पैरा 13 में. आरोपी को जानती पहचानती क्योंकि उसके गांव का आता था. घटना दिनांक 6/5/2022 को 8 माह पूरी की है. दूसरे आरोपी कहता था कि मैं तुम्हें संबलपुर लेकर जाऊंगा. उसकी बड़ी बहन PW9 को भी आरोपी बोला था मैं तुम्हें भी उड़ीसा संबलपुर को लेकर जाऊंगा. तब वह अपनी बड़ी बहन के साथ घर से बाहर आकर देवलान गई, जहां आरोपी संदीप पहले से खड़ा था. फिर आरोपी बस से शहडोल लेकर आया और शहडोल से बस से रायगढ़ गया. रायगढ़ से ट्रेन से उड़ीसा संबलपुर लेकर आया और उसे और उसकी बहन को उड़ीसा संबलपुर के रूम में रखा. लगभग 5 दिन बाद उसकी बहन पड़ोस में घूमने चली गई थी. तब दोपहर करीबन 3 बजे आरोपी कमरे में आया और अकेले पाकर उसका गलत काम किया. आरोपी कैसे आया, तो नीचे भी आया है कि
इनकी मदर ने जो रिपोर्ट लिखाई वो सिर्फ एक डॉटर के गुमने की लिखाई है. एक डॉटर के गुमने की
सिर्फ एक डॉटर. She does not make a murmur about the 19-year-old girl.
Shri Vishal Daniel for the appellant Shri such and such. Learned Government Counsel informed that victim is served. But as per prosecution story, the mother of victim lodged a report on 13/13/9/21 in police station Devlond that her younger daughter prosecutrix is not traceable. The victim was recovered along with her elder sister aged about 19 years from Sambalpur, Orissa. Next, mother of victim and prosecution initially conveniently suppressed the fact that the prosecutrix eloped with her, went with her elder sister aged about 19 years, and this fact was unearthed for the first time when statement of elder sister under section 164 was recorded, bracket mein exhibit D4. She clearly deposed that she had no knowledge whether prosecutrix was sexually assaulted by the appellant. The statement of IO PW13 was relied upon, wherein he clearly stated that when he recovered the prosecutrix and her elder brother from Sambalpur, Orissa. She was in a fit. She was healthy and happy. She was healthy and happy. Dot. The next reliance is on the statement of Dr. Amanjeet Kaur, PW6, who did not find any internal or external injury on the body of the prosecutrix. The FSL report exhibit P26 does not support the case of prosecution. The statement of victim alone became reason to record conviction. Learned Counsel for Appellant submits that in the aforesaid factual backdrop, it is clear that it was not safe to solely record conviction on the basis of the statement of the victim. More so when there is no corroboration of any nature. Indeed, medical evidence creates doubt about the ocular evidence. Shri such and such opposed the prayer. Considering the aforesaid factual backdrop and without expressing any opinion on merits, we deem it proper. इनको 30,000 रुपए की जमानत कर दीजिए. ट्रायल कोर्ट शेडोल के सामने 9 अक्टूबर एंड फर्दर डेट्स.
Grateful.